Having spent over 10 years training actors at some of the UK's leading drama schools and 5 years researching the psychology of acting, I've become convinced that there are three main obstacles that stop actors from reaching their full potential. Now, sadly, a lot of actor training doesn't address these problems, and some of it makes them worse. So, let me tell you what those three obstacles are and how Act for Acting tries to approach them a little bit differently. The first obstacle is a lack of psychological skills. So many actors, and young actors in particular, end up suffocating their own talent because they get caught in traps set by their own minds. Fighting with thoughts and feelings, spiraling into self criticism, falling into patterns of avoidance and rumination, and bouncing between absolute despair and forced positivity. And all of this has consequences for your work, for your development, and for your emotional well-being. And if this sounds like you, it's not your fault. You're not broken, you're just human. And no one has taught you the skills to navigate these issues effectively. And that's why Act for Acting uses real behavioural science to teach psychological flexibility, the ability to open up, be present, and do what matters, even when your mind is telling you that you can't. For an actor, developing psychological flexibility is like unlocking the superpower you didn't know you had, and it changes everything. The second obstacle is a lack of psychological insight. Actors are supposed to be experts in human behaviour, and yet many actors, even those who've trained at top drama schools, struggle to interpret characters with depth, precision, and genuine humanity. And that's not because they're stupid, and it's not because they lack talent. It's because we live in a world in which we are constantly bombarded with judgmental, reductive ways of understanding people. And unfortunately, some of the techniques taught to actors reinforce those ideas instead of standing up and challenging them. What this means is that even when actors have good instincts, they often lack the tools and the frameworks to develop those ideas into choices that are specific and playable. So they lose confidence and they retreat back to what's safe and what's predictable. This is why I've spent thousands of hours studying contemporary behavioural psychology and adapting those insights into tools actors can use, tools that are practical, flexible, and that genuinely expand your artistic possibilities. These are some of the tools that I'll be sharing on this channel. The third obstacle is a lack of psychological purpose. A lot of actors are passionate about acting, but passion isn't the same as purpose. And if you don't have a compass, if you don't know what your work is for, why it matters, why an audience should care about it, then you're likely to get lost, lose heart, lose your way. And artistically, if you don't know why an audience should care about your work, then the chances are that an audience won't care about your work. Being a professional actor isn't about performing for friends and family who want you to have a nice time and enjoy saying well done to you afterwards. It's about offering something of value to strangers who owe you nothing. And it's your artistic values that make your work worth watching. Act for Acting isn't here to tell you what your value should be, but it will give you frameworks that can help you to find your values, define them, and use them as your compass, even when the going gets tough. So, if you want to overcome these obstacles and fulfill your potential as an actor, I offer coaching and classes and courses, But you can start your journey with Act for Acting right here for free on YouTube. So why not subscribe? And let's explore how Act for Acting can help you open up, be present, and do what matters in your life and your work as an actor.